And that's life.
Famous people are
More than everybody.
and always gonna have supporters.
I'm the type of kid who talks to the bugs. I'm the type of girl you shouldn't give drugs. I'm the one who puts the
I'm
stains
so
on the
tired.
rugs. I'm the kind of guy who sort of fucking sucks. I don't really give a
But
fuck about
that's the case
bitches.
every time.
Speaking
But
of
I
those
forgot to
bitches,
grab my
you
energy
point
drink.
out all your misses. If you heard me, you know I'm fucking vicious. I think it's A-okay if you cannot relate. I got that cluster A, treatment resistant day. I got idiosyncratic opinions, more PK dick than a pension. There's a lot that's against my
Okay.
religion, but if
Energy
it's
drink acquired. Morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Daily P.
No, I cannot blame you if you are just not able to do this recognition. It's my God-given mission to fly up to the surface.
Got that started right away.
It's just by doing what I'm able. With my elbows on the table. Otherworldly intuition. 45
Wow, I'm like immediately overwhelmed. Oh my god. Sensory shit today.
Otherworldly intuition. 45K intuition. I'm the subject of suspicion. So consume me at your
Turn the music down a little.
Don't stand for long. Here's a list of reasons why they're terrible, complete with proof. They seem like a real creep. Oh, they are. The worst of the worst.
Otherworldly intuition. 45K
Okay.
intuition. I'm the subject of suspicion. So consume me at your
I woke up like half an hour ago.
You should kill me if you can.
Still exhausted. My brain hurts. Ad break on Twitch.
It'll go until I'm in the dirt. A legacy built on zero. I killed no violence. I just need to work. No, I can't blame you if you are just not able to do this weird
I'm awake, I swear.
God-given mission to fly up to the surface and make other people nervous just by doing what I'm able with my elbows on the
I gotta check my meds.
jail-based still hollers at me.
Hey, for anyone else for whom it is morning and has morning meds to take, take your morning meds.
In my DMs like :3. La da 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 dee dee. Take this advice from me. Your youth will keep you free. You don't want to give it to a girl like me.
I take mine with an energy drink. You probably shouldn't do that.
Take this advice from me. Your youth will keep you free. You don't want to give it to a girl like me. No, 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 no. You don't want to give it to a girl like me. No, 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 no. You don't want to give it to a girl like me. No, no, no.
I'm awake, I swear. Ooh. Oh, fun fact. I did get the remainder of the non-multiplayer mods. Not mods, badges. I got the remainder of the non-multiplayer badges yesterday. So I have every badge except for emergency preparedness and clutch. I'm gonna work on those on my own time. But now the only like big achievements I gotta get are a new session. After that point, I'm just doing it for the love of the game. And it is a really nice game. Oy. Nessa grabbed bagel with cheese on it for breakfast. You feel, I know how you will. Just how you feel. Oh, just how you. Anyway, time to boot up the game. Yeah, I've got every badge I can reasonably get on the series. Wow, that was a loud bird call. Jeez, man. Yeah, man, just announce to the world that you gotta fuck. I guess that's the point of a bird call. Anyway. I'm gonna be pushing for new Sash levels instead of achievements for a little bit. We'll see if new achievements pop up eventually, but my current goals are, yeah. Also, I learned something fun from a friend the other day. I know everyone else was there, but... Right? You can jump while playing dead on the thing. It's wild. Anyway. Sent by Owl Scout. We're gonna get it eventually. Gonna get it eventually. Ugh. I'm awake and aware and alive. What the fuck? Why is the beach blue? What? Weird. I don't know how to feel about that. Okay. Yep. For day one. Put that in the backpack too. Gonna pick up some coconuts to start off the day. Fucking wild. I could have sworn there was some here. I've really thoroughly lost track of where I was. Everything being blue and then coconuts not being exactly where I expected them to be has apparently messed me up so bad that I am now compromised to a permanent end, basically. Like, the brain... Yeah, that's where that sentence ends. Sure. A brain. Anyway, I've seen this map before, because I did a little bit of achievement hunting yesterday. That's, you know, one of the points I have to clarify. I am getting, like, chills up my spine. Gee. Hell of a day today. But yeah, it does mean that I'm aware that there are a ton of these things in the map today. Alvarez lunchbox. Personal favorite, even though it's not the best. Bandages. Useful. Gonna lighten my load a bit. I did eyebrows at the camera. None of you saw that. I don't have... I have a camera, it's just not on. Okay, at a certain point it becomes mocking. Ooh. Okay. I used the first aid kit early. Owl is a lot easier if you've got other people around. You can do the huddling thing. I took several bites of my bagel. Yep, sure, that'll help with the hunger. Close enough today, should be fine. That'll be fine. Not now, I'm a coward. Just gonna hang out for a minute. At least once I hit the caldera and kill him, I'm gonna have a lot easier of a time dealing with all this cold. Hmm. Hmm. Very cool. Oh, I'll wake up eventually, I swear. Until I do, though, my deeply thrilling commentary is going to be shit like bagel. Several seconds of silence. You know, the other day I got warned to take down any of my shit that could be, like, misconstrued as being vaguely violent. Because, you know, current administration is planning to set up, like, web trolls and shit. Label people as terrorists. But, I've got a personal moral issue with that, because it would constitute destroying an archive. Which I'm very explicitly against. So, I don't know what to do there. Because, you know, I don't want to get murdered, but I also don't want to destroy information which could benefit the future. You know? And there are some people who are gonna, like, ask some variety of, like, oh, is that worth it? And guess? I don't know what you want me to say there. I have a very strong personal, moral thing about preserving information for the future. It's not quite religious, but it's close.
In the future, I pray things will be alright. I pray everybody poisoning water and hoarding resources will die. And I wish we had the time to talk it out, but we don't have the time. As they kill us all over
That's
and
like,
over when they never had the right.
fuck it, you know?
Is not a person. We can break that spell.
If making things and preserving them for the future is something that gets me killed, at least I've died doing something worthwhile. Even if it's just this. So, let's hope it doesn't get me killed. This is just nothing. I'd like to preserve something much bigger. But fuck if I won't kill and die to keep all this online. That's probably bad phrasing, but I don't need more than one gambling box. Failure to hear with all my exhausted rambling. The thing that I'm preserving in the end is a person, basically. I don't think it's a very important person, probably. I don't know. You'd have to tell me. I'm not at the right time to know. Still a person. He has a soul in all of us. You know? Yeah. My brain's not going to good places by default. Almost daylight. By the way, it's the 23rd, that's like rapture weather or whatever. Dense fog outside, and people think that it's gonna be the end of the world. Not everyone, not by a wide margin, but it's out there, floating. I am going the wrong direction. How long have I been going the wrong direction? Anyway, there's like several preconditions for the rapture to happen that have not yet been met. So, you know. It's not really gonna work out. Which, I mean, sucks for all the people who are looking forward to it, but, you know. Maybe go to therapy instead of wishing for the rapture. Probably healthier. Was fun, like, I don't know if you knew this, but wanting the world to end is kind of a form of suicidal ideation. You should probably see a therapist if you're really excited about the rapture. I've gotten lost. I don't know where I'm going. Oh yeah, guys, fair disclosure, I've played on this seat a few times, so if I absolutely rock it, just know I do this for 20 minutes and die to a spike or something. Steppy, 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 steppy. Little shock of anxiety there. Lord. Alright, I've been having a bit of a spiral last couple days, so I'm having trouble thinking of things to talk about. Oh, I started planning out a Lancer campaign. Going through my head of like list of topics that won't make people want to kill themselves. I've already had a decent chunk of setting information written for a while. It's mostly just like summary stuff that I can elaborate on in improv. but the campaign would be called Mercs of the Whale Shark. The Whale Shark being a old capital ship sent directly from Union, parentheses, to a different star system, where it then depressurized and was recovered by a rich eccentric who started a mercenary firm out of it. And it takes place in the Lupus Canis system. Yes, as in two different words for wolf. The wolf system. Yeah, shit. Midnight beckons. Yep. Yes, I'm sticking around here for a little bit. That's pretty good. Or at the very least, it reduced that massive chunk of hunger missing. No shit. Okay. No damage on that one. Yeah, the Lupus Canis system. Canis system, whatever. It's 4 planets in an asteroid belt. It's pretty far from, like, the Cradle, which is what they call the Sol system in Lancer. AKA where we are at the moment. I'm presuming maybe things go a lot better than I assume. Someone in the distant future is watching the... Look, I'm not in the Cradle. There's a kind of, galactic government, union. They're communists. Which, good for them. They've technically created a post-scarcity society, but it kind of just stretches to the people in the union. Maybe I roll the dice on that one again. Okay, good. That's better. Let the poison wear off. Yeah, union, post-scarcity, communist, utopia, air quotes. You know, for one star system. And some of the adjacent ones. Outside of that, things get a little more dire. Corporations still exist. They've been iterating on technologies. Exist in a sort of tense competition with the Union. I like the setting quite a bit. Didn't quite entrance me, but, you know, definitely interested me. I was gonna say entrance. That feels excessive. Ow. Fucking fog. Not fog. Spikes. Fog is outside in the real world today. Awesome, fog's over there. Yeah, Union, post-scarcity communist utopia for a star system, basically. Meanwhile, things are more dire outside of Union's core territories, as people are still exploited by the few corporations that remain. Like, 3D printing is advanced enough that you can make basically whatever at any time. And at least your characters, Lancers, have access to it whenever. Lancers being mecha pilots. Highly professional, not necessarily mercenary types, but also mercenary types. Anyway, zooming back into the Lupus Canis system, it is primarily known for being the source of a lot of sand for the region. It is a binary star system, which has a number of desert planets sort of directly adjacent to the stars, with the two desert planets, an asteroid belt, a artificially created ice planet, and a forest planet. That's the kind of biomes that you've got going on there. There's variation on the individual planets, but, you know. Anyway. Yeah. So, when you're in the system, you've got... Oh, Remus and Romulus are the two planets on the star side of the asteroid belt. And I believe they are sand and salt mining, respectively. Because, yeah, you've got super advanced 3D printing technology, but you still need to feed materials into the thing, so the, like, generic material that you feed into a given 3D printer still needs to be made of stuff. And they have perfect concrete sand, which is actually something that we're running out of in modern day Earth, to some extent. And they have large supplies of, like, salt and iron on that other planet. It's the name I just said. Anyway. Ooh, Grand Knight sports drink, that's pretty good. Red crisp berry. Yeah, players are mercenaries on board the capital ship, which was formerly a Union property, but is now mercenary property, I guess. The whale shark. A very big ship. That's kind of all you need to... Jesus fucking... What happened there? Not a lot more to say about it, interestingly enough. It is where this mercenary group does most of their operations from, so it is the home base for the players. It has mecha, like docks and all that kind of stuff. All the things you need to do a Lancer game. I can get rid of that because I've got a Cure-All. And it's full. Oh, right as the fire dies out, too. That's just poor timing. Yeah, Remus and Romulus, the mining planets. Then there's also Mythil and Durham. Mythil is the artificially created, air quotes, production planet. Or artificially cooled, not created. Let me be clear on that. Mythil was always there. It's just that previously, it was a incredibly temper tantrum-y, volcanic planet, which really liked to explode for no reason. I was incredibly geoactive and had a almost constantly moving crust, which almost directly resulted in just non-stop earthquakes. Wait, will that warm me up? Too late to know now. Gonna run away from the fucking weather. Oh, this isn't gonna go well. This is really not going well. Hello, Cure-All. Do you deal with gold? It does. I wasn't certain. Anyway, Mythil. Incredibly geoactive, floating crust that results in constant earthquakes. So this place is theoretically very good for geothermal power. And has magma that you can use to just pipe direct into refineries and shit. The problem being, the crust is moving too much to ever build anything there. So these first settlers straight from Union, look at what they have, and now that they are at their destination, they don't need a ton of like weapons and stuff that they used to cross, you know, asteroid belts and such. So they drop the equivalent of Earth's entire modern nuclear arsenal onto this planet. And this triggers a nuclear winter, which results in cooling global temperatures enough to mostly stabilize the planet, at least enough to build things on. With the drawback of the air is toxic, and the snow is also ash. Which I think is very fun. Most of the people living there live in what are basically fallout shelters because they need to hide from all of the radiation in the atmosphere, with giant pipes down to the mantle of the planet, which is super high up compared to the crust of other planets because of how, thoroughly geoactive this planet is. They're producing geothermal power, they are distributing this in the form of just massive battery packs, as well as taking in shipments from Remus and Romulus to refine them into, refined metal, concrete, etc. to be sent elsewhere. Likely to some filament creation station in orbit where they make, the filament for all the magic 3D printers. Honestly, the way that I've structured how the printers work in my head is basically just grist from Homestuck. Because it's like, yeah, you've got some generic, resource or whatever, but, game side, the way, logistically, you've got to make things that use different types of materials with the same filament. So instead of it just being, blank atoms or whatever, there's just, filled grist, basically. It's like, yeah, no, this is the kind that's for construction, and this is the kind that is for, computers and weapons, and this is the kind that's for food. And they're all easy enough to acquire. You're not gonna have difficulty finding one over the other in a given system. But it's still unique things. That's my thought. I like it, because it allows you to have different industries still, as opposed to just sand mining to magic 3D filament making to making food, There are levels of absurdity that I am welcoming that you can, get away with. I do not think you should be able to turn a pound of sand into a candy bar. That's my thing. I think that the conversion rate on that is so far off that you would need just a different kind of filament as compared to, a construction filament, which would be, yeah, that can be a pound of sand, and that can turn pretty much direct into concrete with this magic 3D printer. But, this thing has no biological shit in it whatsoever. You cannot make a steak with it. What do you mean? So this star system has the two mining worlds, the refining world and the farming world. So they produce basically every kind of filament there is and supply it to most of the neighboring systems, who might have more specialized economies. And thus aren't themselves making a ton of X filament. So they're mostly importing that from elsewhere. And it's yeah, and the Canis Lupus system isn't doing amazing on the front of, rare earth metals. They've got some silver and gold in with the sand planet, but otherwise... Alright, I'm just taking some heat damage before night falls. I thought I saw something right there. Yeah, one of the major ideas for what kind of conflict would a Lancer get involved in this system is, in the Canis Lupus system, there is a giant asteroid belt right in the middle of everything. The star side of the belt is the Maw, which is where a lot of the resource extraction happens, and the Void side is the Main, which is where most of the refinement happens, as well as, like, government and shit. And between this Maw and Main, there is also the asteroid belt referred to as the Wolf's Teeth, colloquially. Really? Really? I don't know how that scorpion sheltered itself. Oh, it was in like a crack. Okay. Fun fact, in my previous explorations of the Seed, I went up to the mesa and never passed it. I can deal with a little poison. There we go. I think that was like perfect utilization of the cure-all. Like, I think I had all of those different ailments to the perfect level that, it was perfectly solved by consuming cure-all. Gods, I wish I had like a heat pack or something. I know those mostly just spawn in the Alpine, but dang it, no scorpions in perfect cooking distance. Guess I got too close to that one. Yeah, in this asteroid belt known as the Wolf's Teeth, because the system is called Canis Lupus. You have a ton of like old mercenaries turned raiders just kind of occupying the area, because one of the big ways that Union settled a lot of the world and got everyone under its like communist regime involved a lot of going out and bombing people, and its soldiers were not always adequately recovered. And even now, generations later, you still have the side effects of that, in that you have, like, these mercenaries who were very much like, I can't do anything but fight, and I've just been left here, in the middle of space. There's not, like, a good place to get a job nearby. Like, I don't want to be a sand miner. fighting is what I know, I'm gonna keep fighting. We have a ton of mercenaries who are doing like that. If they were closer to the Union core, they would have just been able to, like, live or whatever. They'd have most of their shit worked out. But that's not the case. I love explosive cooking. Ah, well done, bandages. Oh, and these didn't get cooked at all. Dang. Oh, and these are burnt. Dang, I probably should have moved some of that dynamite out then. Yeah, these mercenaries settle in this asteroid belt. It is largely shielded from, like... It's not shielded from radar, I guess, in the traditional sense. A lot of sensor equipment doesn't work properly there. Because there's a lot of, you know, false flags from all the asteroids. So it's harder to pick out a ship, a space station, and a Ferris-rich asteroid. And even then, the smaller, like, fighting craft that a lot of these mercenaries had been using are a lot better at navigating the tight confines of a asteroid field than, say, a capital ship, or, like, a large-scale transport that they might be trying to raid. And any weapons that that transport has is gonna be focused mostly on shooting down asteroids. There's not a good way to make a tunnel through it, at least not in this system. So, yeah, you have a lot of very helpless people carrying large supplies of either food into the maw or resources out of the maw that you can then sell on the black market. Because, you know, the corporations are willing to get their goods for cheap. If the raiders are undercutting them hard enough, and you are in desperate times and think you can get away with it, why not buy from the raiders? They're not exactly businessmen, but they offer cheap. And sometimes they'll do it in exchange for weapons technology instead of just like standard script. So if you're making weapons, man, that kind of thing. So there is a thriving pirate economy in the asteroid belt of this system. That subsists largely off of just preying on transports to and from the maw. Because all of the, like, valuable resources are in the maw, and all of the refinement is in the main, which is on the other side of the belt. And there's not a good way around it, you know? So that is where Lancers get involved most of the time, is, you know, mercenaries making their wealth protecting important shipments. You know, through the maw. Or fucking to or from the maw, through the teeth. God. That's gonna fuck me up. There's also the thing of a lot of the production facilities on Mythal are corporate owned. They were built by the various corporations. So even if they are primarily extracting resources to go to their local union government, they're owned by corporations. The entire planet, basically, is some level of corporate owned. And it doesn't really matter that script doesn't exist in this universe. Like, you have a centralized currency and everything. But that doesn't matter too much when you control the entire economy on the planet. And it's like, hey, not only are all of our stores the only ones you can go to, but also, we're the ones who gave you that job that you're working. So there is, like, theoretically means for escape. But, you know, theory and practice. Big differences, it turns out. You would never be believing this. But, big differences between theories and practice. Okay, I need to at least free up some storage space in my bag. Because it looks like I'm gonna have some issues surviving the night. Yeah, there are some workers' rights issues, predictably enough, in the Canis Lupus system that Lancers can help sort out. Whether this is on the side of workers or problems is up to the Lancers. I will say problems pay a lot more, generally speaking. It's like, yeah, you can do a lot for satisfaction, but it's hard to eat it. Nope. Oh. Nope, that's not gonna work out. I could have sworn there was a prickleberry there. Okay. Well, it doesn't look nearly close enough to day for me to survive this, but I'm gonna wait it out anyway. Yeah, I think it's an interesting enough setting. There is grounds for shit like conflict to be happening. And positions where you can fill in a Lancer, and that Lancer can potentially even make a difference. This is very much a contested system. Dang. Good run, though. I was doing pretty good there. I just didn't have enough heat sources. On Nowitch Day. Shortly after my death, it's day. Yeah. Thanks to everyone who turned up to the Daily Peak. I really appreciate your viewership. I have been Soul Song Plays Soul Song. I will see all of you guys tomorrow.